Hi you guys, so today I'm going to be potting up some Amorphophallus Hewittii Tubers, and right here I have 6 mature sized tubers. They're blooming sized tubers, so that's going to be insane. And some of these are actually growing. You can see the nubbin, they're kind of starting to sprout. So I'm super excited, and you guys get to join me on the journey of observing them grow. So, oh yeah, I wanted to share, you know what, there's always these little hacks that I want to share. And a lot of times I don't create videos about them because it will literally take 5 seconds. But this right here is your houseplant's best friend. Because if you overwater your plant and then, you know, the catch tray is about to overflow, you can get the turkey baster and go and suck it up, you know. So this is good. I scatter these around like confetti because they're awesome. So anyways, that's the hack. Excuse me. That's the hack for this video. But so I'm gonna pot up these tubers now. And these tubers, they are very, very susceptible to rot. So we have to be very careful. And a lot of times I like to mix it in a very, very porous substrate. I will say that I used to mix pumice with cocoa bark, and it worked great. The only downside with that is when you're dealing with a ton of tubers, it gets heavy, you know, and I'm trying to, you know, ease up the weight on myself, on the workload. So I started doing, instead of using pumice, I substitute it with leca. So I'm gonna do approximately like 3/4 leca with 1/4 cocoa bark. But what I will do is put down about 2 inches of cocoa bark at the beginning, at the bottom of the pot. And the reason why I do that is because once it puts out roots, it'll latch onto the base, you know. And these plants, they love water when they're growing. They love water. So it's such a fine line because they love water, but at the same time they're very susceptible to rot. So what I do is I put 2 inches, about 2 inches of cocoa bark at the base of the planter. And then I will surround the tuber with 3/4 leca and then 1/4 cocoa bark. And then, so that way the tuber is not sitting in moist substrate, but the moisture is available when it's growing, you know, when the roots come out, and the roots will ultimately reach the bottom of the pot and then extract the moisture from the 2 inches of cocoa bark. So, okay, so here we go. So here I have about 2 inches. So I'm going to put about 1.5 inches of leca with some sphagnum moss, but it's very minimal. And the only reason why it's here is because it was blended previously. So I tried to pull most of it out, but there's still around, some around. So, you know, it is what it is. But it's minimal. It's inconsequential. So here we go. And then what I'm going to do is where I rest the tuber, I'm going to make sure that there is no sphagnum moss. So because I don't want the tuber to be wet at all. So here we go. And then this one, so I'm also gonna weigh them because I like to document my tubers very closely, because each of them perform, you know, unique, have a different rate or path of performance, and I always like to know like how tall the leaf was in what year, and you know, sometimes, seldom, but sometimes the tubers will split into two, and so I also want to know where those came from. And I don't know, it's just a lot, I think. I mean, it's, to me, it's important information. I like to know what's going on with the tubers and stuff. But this is one of the larger ones. So I'm going to, okay, so we're gonna tear it, and then we'll weigh this guy. And this is one kilogram and 958 grams, which I will document. I don't plan on selling some of these larger ones, but it's still good to document its process and growth and all that stuff. So here we go. Then I'm just gonna fill it up with, because it already has some sphagnum moss in here, I'm not going to add cocoa bark, because I feel like they're kind of the same, but I wouldn't say they're exactly the same, because sphagnum moss holds a lot more moisture, so it's a fine line. So I would honestly strongly suggest you be careful with using sphagnum moss, but it's so minimal that I'm just not gonna worry about it. So here we go. We have our first one, which is almost 2 kilograms. 2 kilogram tuber, and I gotta, you know, do some record keeping on that. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to follow along to receive valuable information for home and garden design inspiration. Bruno! What do you think, Bruno? Was that good? Yes? Bruno, do you think I did a good job? Yes? Oh, thank you. Can you give me a high five? Was that good? Oh.